A lot of you guys out there like to use live bait, right? Well, on today's show, I'd like to talk about some different ways to keep that live bait lively. Hey everybody, Dave Knetter here from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. And has this ever happened to you? You swing by the bait shop on your way out fishing, you pick up a container of leeches like this one, you get to the lake, you put the container of leeches down on the seat of your boat, you head out fishing, and it's maybe a little bit warmer than you thought, and about 1 hour into your fishing trip, all your leeches are dead. And not only does that have the potential to kind of ruin your fishing trip, but if you got the extra large ones like this, you're also probably out about $9. So, what do we do about that? Well, you have to keep live bait nice and cool. And to accomplish that, I like to use different styles of coolers. This is one of my bait coolers right here. I stick these small containers of leeches, worms, night crawlers, stick the small containers right in there, add a little bit of ice, and you're good to go with a day of fishing. This one here, I keep worms, night crawlers that I gather myself in here. It's about halfway filled with dirt. Got a tuft of grass, some wet newspaper in there. That helps to keep things cool. And again, you can take this out in the boat for the day and have no issues with your bait getting too hot. Another thing that I do is I actually have a bait refrigerator. I keep it in my garage right by where I park the boat, and then I come in from fishing, I take these different coolers that I might have in the boat, take them out, stick them in the bait refrigerator, and different styles of bait can stay in there for weeks at a time with no issues. I used to sometimes take these coolers and stick them in the refrigerator in my house, and over the years that caused a few mix-ups here and there, that didn't end very well. So I had to stop doing that, I guess is what it came down to. So anyways, now I have a bait refrigerator, and those issues are a thing of the past. And even for minnows, I like to use this Igloo water cooler style. It's nice and large, it's insulated, this top seals down real good, it's got this good handle for carrying. One thing to keep in mind, if you do use this style for minnows and you fish with kids or maybe even drunk people, eventually they are going to try to take a drink out of the spout at the bottom. So you're probably going to want to put like a warning on it like I did, do not drink. Believe me, it's really going to save you some problems if you do that. So put the warning on it. So, we want to keep all our bait in the right container, minnows, leeches, crawlers, and, speaking of crawlers, and this is really a cautionary tale of how putting bait in the wrong container has the potential to ruin a fishing trip. A couple years ago, I'm out night fishing for walleyes with my buddy Ronnie Camaro. We call him Ronnie Camaro. He's got a summer and a winter Camaro. He only drives Camaros. It's kind of a whole thing. But anyways, I'm out night fishing for walleyes with Ronnie Camaro, and we're trolling around with crawler harnesses. And it is cold out. I mean, real cold. We're wearing all the same clothes that we wear ice fishing. Insulated boots, the heavy pants, the heavy jacket. And, just kind of for no apparent reason, Ronnie starts whining like a baby, like, eh. I say, hey, Ronnie, dude, what's going on over there, And he just keeps whining, eh. And so I turn my headlamp on, and, by the time I get my headlamp on, he's got his head over the side of the boat, and he's splashing lake water up in his face, you know, and he's still whining like, eh. It's like, Ronnie, dude, are you okay? What's going on? And it took him a little while to settle down, you know, and kind of explain what happened. But the deal was, he reaches down his jacket pocket, you know, he goes to pull out his can of Copenhagen, he's going to put a chew in, you know. It's a bad habit, but Ronnie Camaro chews. But instead of pulling out a can of Copenhagen, he pulls out this old container of wax worms that was left over from the ice fishing season. You know, he had it left in his jacket. And, you know, in the dark, he didn't know the difference. You can see they're pretty close in size. So instead of getting a chew of Copenhagen, he winds up getting a big lip full of rotten wax worms, you know. And, you know, me personally, I don't know, Copenhagen, rotten wax worms, I'm not really sure if one's worse than the other, but, you know, it kind of freaked Ronnie out, you know. And so, and then he's like, oh, Dave, we gotta go in, you know, we gotta stop fishing. And I was like, well, you know, Ronnie, you put a scare in me, but, you know, I'm gonna be okay. Let's just keep fishing. So we did, and, you know, if I remember right, I think we did get a walleye or two that night, so, you know, it turned out okay. But, you know, since then, I recommended to Ronnie, and this is the kind of container that I put my wax worms in when I'm ice fishing. You know, it works real good, and I gave him one. And as you can see, it's kind of square in shape. And, you know, and that way you don't confuse it with this, you know, because that can cause some problems, as you can see. So, you know, that was good advice for Ronnie to go with this square container. And, you know, real good advice for all you guys that chew and maybe use waxworms ice fishing, to use this kind of container. But even better advice is, you know, to quit chewing, right? I had to say it. So, anyways, you know, and remember this. Hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. And thanks for watching, and God bless.